Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. The Super Bowl is over, but we are still here. We're coming to you live from an undisclosed location in the beautiful Austin, Texas area. And this show is made possible by Seguno, PostScript, and AMP. And we have got a jam-packed show for you today. We'll talk about one thing and one thing only. That's what's now and next in e-commerce, so operators like you can survive and thrive. We're going to talk Super Bowl winners and losers, and even though the ads they were running are probably not the kind of ads that we will make, there's some principles to take away there. Who got their money's worth and who did a better job without spending the money at the end of the day? Amazon is to surpass Walmart with $700 billion in revenue this year. What happens if Amazon's super center concept outside of Chicago takes off? Are they going to dominate the entirety of the globe? Perhaps. Consumer confidence is up. Don't be a doomer. Consumer confidence is up. We're going to take a look at the D2C index and give all of us a little more hope that we can shake out dollars on the internet this year. And Steele Walker, CEO of SpinGrip, will join us here on the show. He has got an incredible product inside of the baseball space. There's product market fit here. We're going to come in, talk about his story, his product, and what they're doing. You're going to be blown away when we get into that conversation. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get inside this show.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. I love
Fired up.
I love that we get to do this every day. I wake up excited every day. I've got my cadence. Shout out to Maddie Martin. I've had my Audi. Shout out to TJ Bongiorno. We're ready to rock.
Huge.
You know, every brand. Go ahead.
You go. No, I was going to say, Sydney, I'm pumped up, dude. Sydney Sweeney rang the bell today at NASDAQ. And you're not fired up? Yeah, she did. And you're not fired up today? Are you kidding me? I'm fired up.
Was that for Siren? Is that what she rang the bell for? Okay.
American Eagle.
Okay. Well, hey, good enough. Good enough.
That's awesome. I'm fired up.
That's awesome. Plenty of reason to be fired up. There's a lot of money to be made on the internet today.
Huge.
Huge. And while every brand is paying for attention, last night especially, during the Super Bowl, the question is, how many actually earned it? Was that money worth it last night? I'm going to give you, Colin, my winners and losers, okay, from the Super Bowl last night. You give me, okay, let's have this back and forth. You give me winners and losers as we go through this. But I want to present to you my winners and losers from last night. And I've got to start out here with Goodwill Dunkin Donuts. This was a banger after banger from my man Ben Affleck here. Why was this awesome? Every actor and actress that I loved growing up in the 90s, watching sitcom television, was on here. Great concept. It's memorable. When I think about having a cup of coffee, I'm probably going to remember Dunkin' exists. Why? Because they made me laugh. They stirred up the nostalgia. This to me was a big win. Secondly was Levi's. This was a great commercial. Move forward here, Carson, to this next one. This was an incredible commercial. Why? Because product is right there, literally staring you in the face, okay? Visually stimulating, I think, is a safe way to say this, okay? And what I remembered what they're talking about. Do I ever think about Levi's when I'm buying jeans? No, I don't. Why? Because I already have jeans that I like, and I'm going to go get that one exact same pair again. But now that I've seen this ad, I remember the product. They've got nostalgia from the 80s, the boss, all this kind of thing. They're showing every inch of American culture that they touch. I thought this was well done, and I remember who they are now, and maybe I'll go and buy them next time I need jeans. Takeaways for you. Do you think those were winners? What else would you add?
Yeah, I love the Dunkin'. I think Dunkin's marketing team for probably the past like 5 years has been really on point. I think people aren't talking about this enough. They are really tapping into the zeitgeist. I also like the fact that during that commercial, they looped in Tom Brady as well. Just as they moved a little bit. They were like, okay, we'll add a little bit of football angle to this as well. We'll bring in Tom Brady. That's awesome. And he's just like, loves to be a part of that whole crew. I love the fact that they got Ben Affleck back into it. It's just like a great vibe from him.
Great vibe.
And it's a huge hit. They should just keep rolling with him. I love the Levi's specifically because you can see it's behind every different demographic of the Levi's user.
True.
And they're showcasing it in real time of the doing things. Like, you're not just a guy sitting on the couch hanging out in your Levi's. You're doing all of the facets of life, and or girl as well. I love both of those. Huge home runs. I completely agree. Amazing.
What I like too about Levi's is that they start off with what is essentially the Marlboro Man. It's a cowboy walking into his cabin or whatever, and they really span the whole thing. They're not trying to be only young. Really show the vastness of all of the categories of persons and ages and spaces that they cover. But those are incredibly well done. Not losers, but almost there. Almost there for me. Anthropic. Number one, why? Of course, we all loved these ads. Okay, but Oren made a very good point here. Oren John went on an epic tweet. He went on an epic tweet. Tweet of tweets last night. Every commercial, he had something to say. And he said this: among his normie friends, nobody got that Anthropic was talking about ChatGPT, which I think is a great point. Of those who are not terminally online, like myself, continually always looking, scouting, etc., do the normies actually get that Anthropic's talking about ChatGPT? No, nobody got it. So probably misses the point. Great for us, not great for everybody. Almost there. Almost there. Secondly, AI.com. Simple. This ad I thought was very effective in its simplicity. 2 orbs. Okay, I have no idea what they're doing. And then they make the logo. And then look at the CTA. The CTA is incredible. Go get your handle. Strong CTA here. And then what do I want to do? Okay, yeah, I want to go get the handle. Yeah, I want to, if I can get at Chris, I'm going to do it. The problem is that got so much traffic that their website went down. Almost there. Almost there. Jimmy Kim shared this. You can't get to their website. Why? Too many people trying to go. So I thought this is almost there. Do you think so, or you think this is an ultimate win for them?
I don't know. I mean, this seems like a pretty big fail. There's some people making the argument that it's so within the tech community, and it was shared. Their fail was shared so publicly on Twitter post that it almost got them more impressions than the actual Super Bowl ad. So you could argue that they got even more viewership. I don't know. It just kind of is a fumble where you really need to have your structures in place if you're going to run a Super Bowl ad. It's a shame. It is a shame.
Infrastructure collapse. Nobody wants that.
It sucks.
That sucks. And I think too, just a note here from Chris. I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it does.
Exactly.
I know that I can reserve my handle, which I am ought to do. I am inclined. If there's a new banging platform and I can be at Chris, I want it. But I have no idea what this thing does.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent $70 million on the domain. Oh, very cool. Okay. Kind of crazy, but cool. Okay. I can reserve my handle. I don't know what it is. Probably if I'm a usual person, I can't get to the website. I'm probably never going to go again. Fair?
Yeah. I also think the take with Claude as well, that it just showcases how early we are and how niched we are. Like, you don't want the tech bros explaining all of the stuff to you. That's not a good thing. And, fair to say, ChatGPT had a really good ad. It was just, let the builders build whatever you want. Very inspiring. It's a really simple message. And it's kind of, showcasing it in real life, where Claude got a little bit too convoluted, where it works really within us. Yeah, it works within our subsegment of our bubble. But out of that, you have to hit the everyday consumer. And so that's a very good point. I don't think they hit it.
Talk to us about the leaked OpenAI ad, because they had the ear pods, right? The really fancy kind of like Jetsons looking ear pods that they did not show. And maybe it would have been better off if they'd have run that one. I don't know. It would have at least been intriguing. They're coming for the AirPods, etc.
Yeah, and it was also they have Alexander Skarsgård, the famous actor, is in the commercial, so they paid him.
Yeah,
pretty big bucks to do this commercial, and it was leaked on Reddit. So this is Dime, what AI is releasing called Dime. It's going to be basically an AirPods competitor, and it's all silver, all metal, very sleek. I think they could have done something fun teasing it and building some really good hype around it, because it is a really, really small segment. It is like a 15-second, 10-second segment. And so I think they could have used some of that in there just as some product seeding, but for some reason they didn't push it.
And for whoever is listening right now, watching, you should go and look it up. It looks like you got antennas coming out of your ears, which I know anything that Joni Ive touches is like an incredible billion-dollar business making win, but I'm not sure that antennas coming out of my ears is the win. I don't know. I'm not sure about the look. Also, because the thing is entirely chrome-ish, one would think my fingerprints are going to be all over the Dime, and it's going to look really kind of ugly if my oily fingerprints or my kids pick it up, or you know what I'm saying? So I kind of wonder about that aspect. Who knows? Maybe we get the thing and it stays ever fresh and clean looking.
What price point makes you buy it immediately?
If it's like anywhere near AirPods, that's like, yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it's double the AirPods, I'm like, why would I
worry about that. I think they're going to try to do that. So it's going to be interesting how they price it.
Yeah. Don't go way higher. Don't go way higher. Losers. Here's who I would say our losers are. Generally like everybody else, not literally everybody else than the ads that we mentioned. Because obviously we already talked about Tecovas, love their ad, etc. There's a number of other people, but the point is so many commercials were so forgettable. I can't even remember so many. And as I'm watching these commercials go by, it makes me wonder and think, like, was this worth $10 million? Like so many forgettable ads that I can't even remember. They didn't make an impact, etc. It's going to make nobody's list of top 10. Maybe it makes the not top 10. I wonder, like, is this going away, or are people going to continually just pay more and more, even if they roll out a loser ad?
Yeah. I will throw there another winner in there that I really liked, and maybe it's just because I'm sappy. I thought that Budweiser's ad was really good with the little chick and the horse.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a bald eagle, and then the farmer's crying, and you're like, oh, that's just beautiful. I thought that was cool. I was like, dang, that's a great little story there.
If you show a farmer crying, Americans eat it up. We're going to eat it
awesome.
up and love it. They're all day long.
Just going through the farm field. It's pretty cool.
I will say, before we move forward, I think what people need to look at, they seriously need to look at what Whatnot did with Mr. Beast. So Whatnot did not run an ad, but what they did do was $1 million giveaway of stuff on Whatnot with Mr. Beast live. This is a tweet from Mindy, hey_Mindy. When she was on there were 400,000 people watching live while it happened. I actually think they had a bit of an infrastructure fail too, because there were so many people trying to get in.
Wow.
They actually could not get in there. My question is, or just my thought as we move on here, something like this probably cost less than $10 million, and they got people to actually download and interact with their product right then and there. That to me is a huge win. I mean, that gets more to the vein of this was an actual CTA. People downloaded the thing, they looked at it, they're using it, maybe they pick it up and use it tomorrow. I think people need to get a little more creative heading into next year, because this was a real win in my book. We need to put that one in the back pocket.
Absolutely.
As we move forward here, we have got two gentlemen who are joining us now. They are the, I'll say founders, plural, of an incredibly interesting company inside of the baseball space, which I know something about. One of them is a former teammate of mine at the University of Texas. The other is an outfielder, All-American from Oklahoma. Joined the show with the Texas Rangers, hit a home run on his first at bat. Please welcome to the show, Sam and Steele Walker, everybody. Get in here, gentlemen.
Wow.
Get inside
Come
of
on,
here.
brothers. Come on, brothers.
Yeah.
Chris, I gotta do a quick correction here.
Oh.
It was my first hit that was a home run, not the first at bat. Close.
Brother.
but just for the
was
record.
Yeah,
There we go.
I mean, we didn't need that
All detailed.
clarification. We didn't. That
Yeah.
was
Little,
that was a
it's-
detail. That was just
Yeah.
a side detail.
Exactly.
What's not a detail is Steele and I were literally talking. Steele, was it 2 nights ago, I believe, how zombie-like commercials are these days.
Yeah.
And like they're talking to us like we can't understand a real conversation. And of course, it was a classic pharmaceutical commercial, right?
Classic.
Where everybody's walking on the beach and stuff.
Skies are
It was-
blue.
I'm like,
sun is
Am
shining.
I the only one who sees right through this?
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, I appreciate you calling that out, man.
Well, we're glad to have you on, gentlemen. I think what you guys are doing inside of the baseball space specifically, very interesting. Obviously, I have background there. Probably the biggest notch on my belt career-wise was with Bruce Bolt and the skyrocket type growth we experienced over a 2-year period there. I find what this product, the SpinGrip, and I want you guys to talk about it for those who don't know, don't have any reference for it. Increasing velocity, fixing the yips, which is such a horrible disease that one gets inside of their mind. If you've ever thrown a baseball before, the yips is like something you don't even want to say out loud. It's like the deplorable word that somebody that you cannot mention,
Right.
Tell us about the SpinGrip. Give us background on developing it and where things sit today.
Yeah. So Chris, the background on the SpinGrip, the development of it is directly linked to my own personal career experience.
Come on.
So it's very close to where I am and what I battled my whole career. So if you don't know kind of about baseball, a 6-year-old uses the same size baseball as a professional major league player, right? This is the size of the ball. There's no smaller sizes for smaller kids. And so I had a very hard time going from, you palm the ball as a little kid, then you go to kind of this 3-finger grip, and then you go to this 2-finger, right? About 10, 11, you start trying to go to this 2-finger. Some kids a little younger. Always had the issue with that. Never trusted it. Never felt like I felt the seams. And this is a problem. I had a great arm my whole career, but my ball flight suffered. And I thought was because of my mechanics. Turned out to be my grip and release was really bad. And so I don't know if, Chris, have you guys ever thrown a baseball before?
Yeah, once or twice, brother.
Once or twice, you have somewhat of an idea. So if you're gonna grab a baseball and you're gonna throw it like this,
Nice.
the ball's gonna come out pretty bad. Okay. A lot of kids do this, especially at the developmental age, and then those habits, they stick with them, right? They might be super talented. Similar to myself, you play at every level, but there's way more in the tank. Right? Now my world got opened up, right? Through the development of this product. But you actually, guys, you want to be right here. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. The thumb is just a prop, and then the fingers are creating all the friction on the seams, and that's where the ball comes out clean, efficient. And when you do this the right way, this is a fundamental thing, guys. Boil it all off. This is fundamental baseball. But when you do the fundamentals correctly, the data, it's all there, right? And so we've gotten with guys. Let's get to the product then real quick. Sorry, guys. That's kind of the backstory of me choking the baseball, battling through it all the way up to the major leagues, the whole deal.
And still, when you say data and there's more in the tank, you mean velocity. You mean velocity. You mean accuracy. You mean direction.
And
is that what you're talking about?
That's right.
Spin.
So there's 3 major categories that grade the throw, right? A ball moving in space. It's accuracy, it's spin, and it's velocity. And so we've seen very, 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 very amazing rises, jumps, even after one session by using this. High level players and low level. It doesn't really matter because you're doing it the right way. And the thing is, people don't know that their release is bad. They don't feel it. They don't feel it. I'm gonna throw it harder. I'm gonna really rip through this slider. I'm gonna get this four seam. I'm gonna let it eat. Bro, you're actually hurting. You're hindering. It's not coming out clean. So then what I was a show and go guy. I wanted to show up to the field and play. Right? Don't give me any kind of training tools, none of that. Chris, we weren't teammates, but my teammates, they know this, that I was this, right? And now here I am talking about a training tool. Who is this? Did it still change? No, I didn't change. I still want to be optimal. The beauty of this is you put it on, guys, and you go throw. You put it on and you go throw. The feel, brothers, I can't choke the ball. Can y'all see this?
Aha. I can
Wow.
see
I
it.
can't choke it. So what am I feeling right now? I'm not even throwing. I'm just grabbing the ball. What am I feeling? Right here. Right here. Tension right here. And the thumb's a prop. Look at this. As opposed to this.
It's a
See how
thing
it
of
can get
beauty.
lost?
It's a
See
thing
how
of
it can get
beauty.
lost? It's automatic, right? And so I can just go let it eat. And I know the feel, the optimal feel is being applied to my body, and I can just go be athletic. It's a game changer. It's not something you get mental about, right? It's not something you get real technical. It's not techie. You know, every throw, you're gripping and releasing it the right way, the most optimal way. The more you rep that out, the more muscle memory you have, and the more you're reaching your full potential.
So riddle me this, gentlemen. So I see the technical improvement here, putting on this product, etc. Sam, as you guys have introduced this, you started getting it on players, high, low, all different ages, ranges, etc. Have you've seen jumps, you've seen people getting healed of yips, etc. I mean, when Steele talks, I know he's got the knowledge, he's got the background, etc. But you know, your expertise being more in football, I would say, than baseball. That fair. When you see people put this on, they start throwing with it, etc. You see the jumps, and then you see parents pulling out dollars because they're seeing the jumps. Is that fair?
It is, man. It is, brother. I had the yips, actually.
No,
I
not
did,
you.
brother. No, bro, I did. I was gonna go play at Baylor for baseball, partial scholarship.
I'm glad you didn't.
But
I'm glad you came with
I'm
me
so
to
glad.
Texas.
I'm
But
so
keep going.
glad, brother. Hallelujah. But I was, man. But the PTSD of the yips made me steer away. I don't really want to play baseball. I don't really want to play baseball. I'd rather play football. So obviously walked on, right, football. But anyway, so but to your question, man, it's actually been really, really cool, Chris. We don't when we get and we've gotten with we haven't counted them, but we've gotten with, I don't know, upwards of 100, 90 to 100 players, gone and filmed them. We don't tell them to say anything. We don't tell them what to say, right? We say, hey, here's a grip. It's called the spin grip. It doesn't allow you to choke the ball. Slap it on. Let's go throw. And brother, everything we put out is what the player says. It's their experience, right? And so there is no marketing scheme with this. It's a complete subjective light bulb. We're seeing what happens is you begin to see people have light bulb moments with their grip and release, things they've never felt before. And so it's resonated, right, with the parents. So the parents see that and they're just like, it becomes a no-brainer, right? And so we have a slogan called every arm. And we fully believe that SpinGrip is for every arm. We've done surveys on guys that we've thrown with. By the way, this is for softball as well. We have a softball branch as well. Concept is exactly the same. But we've surveyed our guys, our athletes, and 100% of them say either strongly or strongly agree on things like my release has never felt better. I've never felt the ball fly out of my hand as much as it has after using SpinGrip. I have my arm feels like it has less stress on it when I throw now. So there's just kind of these extravagant claims that we are diving into with doctors and data that the user is telling us. I mean, Steele has experience. He experienced it at the highest level. I've experienced it as well. Obviously, was an athlete and played multiple sports, but we're having actual customers give us the marketing material. We're not drumming it up. So on our current packaging, we're having to change it for retailers now because they want to see the product more. But our current package is the front is full of quotes from
Yeah.
users of SpinGrip that are kind of these light bulb phrases.
Yeah, we didn't come up with any of this, right? And that's been the joy of this whole thing. I don't know if y'all can see, it's just, all this, we didn't come up with any of it, right? We let the players tell us, right? The players, because this has never been a marketing scheme. We're actually really unattracted to perception, perceived value, that whole deal of kind of putting on a sugar coat over it. We get to work, and you tell me what you're experiencing. You tell me what's happening, right?
Let's
We
go,
know,
baby.
we know what's happening, but you tell me.
Come on, brother.
Right?
Come on, brother.
Come on,
So
Steve.
You sound like C Hall in the trenches, brother. Let's go.
Let's go,
Yeah,
Steve.
that's
Let's
right.
go, baby.
This is a no-brainer, guys. This is a no-brainer. When you experience this, it's a staple to get your grip and release optimal. I played at every level, played my whole life. Didn't experience this until I was 27 years old. Anyways,
Wow.
every arm. Players know.
Colin, I want to ask these guys about creators, but I know you've got a question. Where you want to take this next?
Oh, I mean, I initially just thought it would be amazing if you guys could get Greg Maddox or someone like that to the guy who, invented, crazy control and movement. You get him. That would be just a wild grab where you're like, hey, yeah, I was dealing with all this stuff. If you guys want to throw like me for forever, you should probably do this. He's throwing junk balls when he was like, so old. And he's like, yeah, I still got it over the plate. Struck some guys out.
For sure.
When I'm thinking about this product, you guys hit so many things that are so incredible in D2C in 2026. It's lightweight. It's easy to ship. Probably high margins. Creators, you guys can blast creators like nobody's business and take this viral. Super visual. And then a clear before and after. And you guys are talking about the video testimonials. Like, you guys have an absolute scaling monster on your hands here.
I agree.
And I would love to hear how you guys are thinking about, TikTok and scaling out these programs, because I think that could be a massive, massive channel for you guys with just micro influencers. Nothing big. I'm not saying go get Greg Maddox on TikTok, but there's some smaller folks on there that can make some really incredible content for you guys.
Yeah. No, and I think the beauty of this is we don't have to really scheme up anything crazy, right? We don't have to go to this, we have to go through all these hoops, right? We just have to connect with real players, real organizations, real parents, real people that are trying to get an edge. We just connect with them, we get with them, and we try to document it however we can. Right. So we don't have to scheme up this crazy thing. I will say a lot of my connections were more at the college professional level. But I think this year we are going to lean more into the youth and this matter of developing the youth, so we get ahead of what I experienced, having to rewire these habits that I built. But from age 7, what if you can just create the trust in the fingers? Right? You have a small hand, but yet you trust the fingers, you trust the seams. You don't choke down on the ball. The wrist doesn't get tight. You have that egg-like grip, and the ball flies out of the hand. From that age forward, you're getting everything you can out of your throws. So when you're in high school, you're not worried about it. It's optimal. It's muscle memory. So we are going to lean more into the youth, I believe, and that developmental aspect. When you boil everything down, it's about doing it the fundamental way. When you do it the fundamental way, the accuracy, the jumps and spin, the jumps and velocity are there. But I think, if we were to be any kind of intentional, it's to lean more into the youth, but we don't have to scheme up anything crazy.
Well, I've got scheme for you. I've got some scheme for you.
I got some scheme too.
I think there's some scheme to this that can take the natural results that you guys are experiencing, and we just up and to the right, brother. We're just we're taking off here. Now, I'll say this, creator-wise, and these are guys that I have worked with specifically that I would highly recommend to you, and I can help you connect with them. Number one is Coach Rack. He's the leading face, one of the leading faces right now with the Savannah Bananas. I've known this guy. I've known this guy since he was just only teaching baseball and teaching youth kids on TikTok. Now he's giant. You see him on ESPN all of the time. I think he would be a great fit for you guys. Number two is King of JUCO. If you guys don't know King of JUCO, you need to go look this guy up on the internet right now.
I think so. I think I've seen him.
Okay, the reason you should is because the way he got social media famous was by 90 or Die Trying. And he was an old retired pro baseball player who decided, I'm going to get back in the weight room and I will throw 90 miles per hour or I will die trying. And so his entire shtick was about velo. And then of course, you know, he became a great hitter as well. This guy's everywhere. Now, he's got a little colorful language, I'll say. So he's not a fit for everyone, but he's incredible. Thirdly, I would say anybody inside of NYABC, not your average baseball camp, these guys you need to be talking with and working with. And then lastly, what I'll say is this product should be inside of Plate Crate. Do you know Plate Crate? You heard of Plate Crate?
Heard of it.
Okay, you need to know Plate Crate. You have to know Plate Crate. And it's a subscription box. It's a subscription box that is aimed at, used by, and loved by your target demo. It is 12-year-old baseball players. It's 8-year-old baseball players. It's 14-year-old baseball players. And they get a box of useful baseball products every single month. And I think that you should talk with Josh Band from Plate Crate because this product needs to be inside that box. I am convinced. Colin, is that crazy? You think that's crazy?
No, that's huge. I would also throw in there, just as like a new tech you guys should be playing with, is I would be using the Meta Oakley glasses non-stop for you guys to capture content from a POV perspective, and then do the before and after throws with that. So you do the before, you got nothing. Ah, shit, I'm missing the plate. I'm missing first base. After, you're dialed. You're dialed. You're throwing ropes. You're throwing
that for sure, brother. I like that.
I'll say this too. One more layer here, and then what I really want to hear is what you guys are doing for 2026. But I'll just say this, Colin. I think it would be wise too if they layer in outer signal. That way they can know if Mo Vaughn just bought SpinGrip for his son, who is an incredible player, or if David Ortiz just bought SpinGrip for his up and coming son, who is an incredible baseball player. You want to know that. And
that's interesting. I didn't know that exists. We've had some of those guys that I didn't know how to,
What it does is it allows you and it tells you, hey, this is a person of significance who has a large following. You should pay attention and follow up on that order. Is that right, Colin?
Basically that. And they can also figure out like every single order they'll enrich. So if like a key buyer at Walmart buys one of your gloves, they'll say, hey, by the way, key buyer at Walmart just bought one of your gloves. Like if you want to reach out to them, here's your email or their phone number. So it's beyond just like athletes and stuff like that. They'll give you those 2 to 3 degrees of separation as well.
What's the name again? Just so I make sure I have it.
Outer signal.
We need a list of all those, Chris.
Well, the good news is we're going to chop this up and cut it and post it individually later on. So you'll get everything.
Nice.
Gentlemen, tell us, hey, 2026, I know you guys are on a roll, but I would imagine you've got other things in store. What are you excited about in 2026 as you guys continue to scale this brand and take it to the heavens?
Sam, what are we excited about, bro?
What's coming?
Man, there's some NDAs coming, brother.
That's awesome.
But
that's the best answer. That's the best answer.
So funny, man. That's so funny.
No, I think like Steele said, I mean, this is a global. SpinGrip's a global thing, right? So we've got 6 countries on the radar this year that we're going to be entering.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of just energy and exercise to get that right. And so we're going to be entering in those markets and just, I mean, it's like Steele said with 2026, I mean, SpinGrip's so it's for every arm. And because of that, we're paying a lot of attention on our language and making it normal to wear a throwing glove. Right. That's what
Love
it is.
that.
It's a whole new category. It's a throwing glove. And so just, it's not even, you're not breaking any concepts. You're opening concepts.
Love it.
Right. You're genicizing concepts. And so that's a huge focus, but there are a couple more products that are NDAs that we can't quite get into.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, what Colin and I would request is that when those NDAs are public, you come back on the show and we talk about it. How about that?
Come
Let us
on.
know.
Be glad
on,
to,
brother.
brother. Be
Well,
glad
come
to.
on.
Just
Hey,
rest assured, what we produce will always check the #1 box of being a no-brainer.
no brainer.
Okay.
I love that.
No
No
brainer,
brainer.
dude.
That's the
Or
one
we ain't doing
criteria
it.
we operate. Yep.
I love
If
that.
it's not a no-brainer, brothers, we're not doing it.
Well, the thing that I love, and this is what I love about the travel baseball niche, is that, man, if there's something that can genuinely help a player get better, throw harder, throw more accurately, parents will buy it and get it for their kid. And what that spells is LOVE. It's love.
Mhm.
How do I love this baby? I'm going to get him the best bat. He needs batting gloves. I'm going to get
Oh,
it
yeah.
for him. He needs a throwing
Right.
glove. Never heard of that? I'm going to equip him with it because
Mhm.
they want their child to be set up for success. And I think you guys you got a tiger by the tail. Is that fair, Colin? I think they got
That's
a tiger
super
by the
fair.
tail.
I wish I had this when I was playing Metro Baseball because it would be way better than
Let's
what I
go,
was
bro.
doing. So I appreciate what you guys are doing, and this is awesome. You guys have a rocket ship on your hands, and I'm so happy for you guys.
Appreciate
Gentlemen,
it, brothers.
we appreciate you
brothers.
coming on the show, and we can't wait to have you back.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
definitely.
brothers.
Thank you, brothers. Thanks for
Thank y'all,
having us,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
y'all.
y'all.
Wow.
All right.
That is so good, man. We need a hand clap for them, Carson. I think we do. I think we need that.
Manual.
There we go.
There it is. There's sometimes promise we have on the show where you are like, this is built for 2026 with all of the channels and distribution we have right now. That's one of those products.
Exactly.
Nail this distribution and some of the content strategies. Rocket ship. Rocket ship.
Things that I love about it, and it reminds me of the conversation we had with Patrick Barnes, CEO of AMP, on Friday. Incredible businesses that are growing, they can afford higher CAC. Why? Because they've got elements of greatness in other places. And this is a very targeted product for a very specific group.
Yeah.
That tangibly helps them. So it's clear before and after. It's super cheap. It's lightweight to send. That's what I mean by cheap, is that it's lightweight and cost effective in order to send. I think they've got a tiger by the tail.
Oh, plus the perfect demo is being somebody who played Metro Ball.
Yeah.
You won the seasons forever.
Forever, right?
Seasons forever. You can just keep going. You can just keep on going. And two, the amount of spend that you'll see some of these parents shell out. It's like, hey man, I got 4 voodoo bats. One of them is my warm-up bat. The other one's my in-game bat. The other one's my playoff bat. And you're like, those are at least $400 each. And
they are.
You bought 4 of them? Yeah. Little Jabbers loves them.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Awesome.
And the other element of this is that there's built-in word of mouth, because this is like an old school IRL community who's always together every weekend. And so when little Johnny gets a throwing glove and people can see his velo is picking up, his throws are more accurate, then it's really easy to say, hey, what is that? How much does it cost? And then James wants it. And then Dave wants it, so on and so forth. And so I love this product. I love these guys. And I think they have got something really yummy on their hands. Fixing the yips. I mean, it's a disease, man. You heard that from Sam. It's incredible. This guy was going to play baseball at Baylor, which I didn't even know. I just thought he was a great football player, which is why he ended up at Texas with me. He was going to play baseball at Baylor, and he did not do it because of the yips. You can solve that problem. You talk about unlocking real performance for athletes. That's awesome.
That's huge.
Wow. Well, before we move forward here, I think we should talk about Seguno. I think that's who we should talk about. You know, Seguno is the only marketing suite that's built entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, all of it is right there where you already live and work. Why is that important? It means that you don't have to duct tape syncing integrations together and hope that your data is accurate. Your Shopify data is the data. This is email 3.0, and it's built for lean teams with big aspirations. Teams like the guys we just talked to, Sam and Steele, over at SpinGrip. If you don't have a full-time email marketer on your staff already, you need to be working with Seguno. One-click automations, actual humans who will help you when you don't know what to do, how to figure something out, even help you with Shopify. They got Shopify's 2024 Build App of the Year because of the uniqueness of what they have done and enabled for the D2C community at large. If you go to Seguno.com, you'll get a 10-day free trial to try them out. If you tell them Colin and I sent you, they'll increase that free trial to 30 days. Go to Seguno.com. We appreciate them being partners of the show. Many thanks. Moving forward here, Amazon to surpass Walmart. I was blown away by this. Amazon set to pass Walmart in annual revenue for the first time after hitting $700 billion in sales. This to me is phenomenal because why? We know Amazon is primarily an online retailer. Okay, they're shipping things to us, and couple this with their new super center concept that they are debuting in the Chicago area. It makes me wonder, what is the future here? I know Walmart is catching up. They're doing real business online and they're growing that quite fast. But if Amazon can prove a retail concept that works, it makes me wonder if we're going to be living in the future of Wall-E, where everyone and everything is like Amazon is taking over everything inside of society. It's incredible to me that they're about to surpass Walmart. I mean, the Walton family, Bezos, he's coming for everybody. What's your take when you see this? What's your reaction?
Yeah, there's still a super magical moment with Amazon that I still feel every time when I order something and it comes the exact same day. I've had stuff come, 2 hours, 3 hours later. And every time I'll tell my fiance, I'll be like, isn't this crazy?
It's
I
crazy.
had this idea 2 to 3 hours, and then in 3 hours, it was at my doorstep. I think that right there is a little summary of how awesome Amazon is. And they are just super efficient. They're absolute beasts, and they are just incredible. The efficiency, the ability to save, my butt every now and then when you need something in it. When you really need something and you're like, oh shoot, I have that party in a day. I totally forgot about that. Let me get something really quick. Amazon one day, done. And now you look like a hero instead of looking like, oh dang, I forgot that thing. This is unbelievable. I think it is a long time coming, and I think they're going to maintain the lead for quite some time.
It's incredible to juxtapose in my mind how Walmart has dominated physical retail for so long. They would move to a small town or to a smaller place and inevitably just crush anyone else who was there. Why? Because they got everything, and now we have here so many years later, we have someone who has surpassed them in revenue. How? By doing the same thing? No. By just shipping boxes to our house and doing it the online way and doing it faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Now there's going to be drones. They're going to be getting us orders within hours. And it talk about a sign of the times. I mean, it's incredible to me. I think you pointed out perfectly. It's a magic moment when you order something and then it shows up to your house same day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think if Amazon can successfully couple that phenomena with a winsome physical retail experience, I'm excited about that. Why? What does that have to do with e-commerce? Because so many of our brands crush on Amazon, and I want to see their products physically in those stores. If they can couple the miraculous capabilities of delivering packages in a timely way with a winsome physical experience that people like going to more than Walmart, I mean, it'll be landscape changing. That's why I'm excited to see what happens. And perhaps Walmart will catch up. Perhaps they'll catch up on the e-com side, but I don't know if anybody can with Amazon. I mean, they're just so impressive.
I also like the fact that Amazon is basically showing the comfortability of consumers ordering online. So we used to have, it was Walmart, you would basically be retail. And then over time, Amazon has just eaten that lion's share up as customers, become more comfortable purchasing things online. They start to trust things more. And so this is a really good thing for all of e-commerce in general.
Speaking of consumer comfort, consumer confidence is up. Great news for all of us. Consumer confidence is up. This comes to us from our Steve Data, who works with CTC. They have this interesting partnership with No Commerce and several other players where they have built out this D2C index. And what they're showing here inside of this graph is that consumer confidence is higher in January than it was last year, or even the year before that in 2024. We have such an interesting landscape right now with the economy. I think a lot of people, they feel, think everything's more expensive. I don't have dollars to spend. At the same time, GDP is growing, and at the same time, consumer confidence is up. And so it's puzzling, but I think this is great news for us, and also a little bit of rebuke to the doomers. And I know that I can doom. I know I can be among the worst of the doomers at times. But this is great news for me, and it gives me great hope that there's still more money to be made online, regardless of what's happening with AI, regardless of all of the things. Consumer confidence is up. And I would think that's more dollars to be had to go around for everybody. Win, 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 all in the same place. Is that fair, Colin? You think there's legitimacy to that?
I think so. And there's my theory on this, and I don't know how it's going to check out. It could be totally wrong. I think it's people doing their taxes and getting sizable tax returns. And then they realize they have some extra cheddar in the bank this time around. And we're going to probably see that, Jan through probably end of March, you'll see that kind of tax return cycle. And so if folks get some serious money back as far as tax returns to spend, that's great for D2C and e-commerce.
Wow, that's a great point. There has been talk of like the tariff rebate. Everybody's going to get 1,000 or 2 back, something like that. That's interesting. That's a good thought. I didn't think about that. I'm happy to see confidence is back. I wonder, even with that extra mashugana that we all may get, I wonder if spending will be selective. I definitely don't. I don't want to spend my money on anything and everything. But if I got some, I definitely want to get something that's juicy, something I've been looking forward to. So I wonder if this kind of renewed confidence will be tempered with selective spending, maybe more so than in the past. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah. It's a great point about tax returns. We are entering into tax season. Before we move forward here, we should talk about AMP. We loved having our partner at AMP on, Patrick Barnes, CEO, last Friday. Had some incredible things to say. And the truth is, if you can't explain how your business is doing in a sentence or two with specific metrics or in one dashboard, I'm not sure you know how your business is doing. The great thing about AMP and their tool that I love so much, Lifetimely, it allows you to answer the question, what's our CAC? What's our LTV? How are we trending toward forecast? Key metrics that are crucial to your success as a business. You can answer succinctly and concisely all in one place. If you've ever worked in our business before, different people on your teams, different ways of measuring, spreadsheets scattered hither and thither, to be able to answer the question concisely for your boss or for your team makes you look like a big brain marketer and allows you to scale with confidence in 2026. Don't you want that? Don't you want to be able to scale with confidence? I think you do. We all know if we can shake out a few more dollars, it behooves us to do so. If you go to useamp.com, test drive that platform, use Lifetime, you get all the other tools they have for free. What's coming with their AI is really special. It's going to be prompting you and letting you know where there's opportunity for you to turn potential losses into profit. Go to useamp.com, test drive that platform today. Many thanks for them being a sponsor of the show. Now, Kith and Nike Skims has released a very interesting collab, and I love this. I love it so much.
Yes.
This is ice cream. It is not clothes. It is ice cream. And this is taking place. It's only available in real life at the Kith store in Paris. It reminds me of, honestly, it reminds me in some ways of mega churches from the early 2000s where you could get coffee and ice cream in your gym and everything was available all in one place in space. I find it so compelling, number one, that Kith has an ice cream bar. Number two, I find it so interesting that them and Nike Skims can have a unique flavor. Perhaps it's like Erewhon's smoothies. I love this. And if I was shopping with my family in Paris, I would want to go there and get it. I mean, would you want the same?
Absolutely. I'd also try to do a little extra level to this if I was Nike Skims and Kith, and I try to do like a little run club activation in Paris. And then afterwards, you see all the runners, you got some sweet video, maybe with Meta Oakley glasses. They're capturing all the video, all that content. Afterwards, all the runners eating ice cream and enjoying it in their Skims, making it really a full experience. This is awesome. We talk about great activations on the show. This is sweet. Also, I just love ice cream. So if you do any ice cream as a brand, I'm probably going to say it's great. So just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Carson, bring us back here. I think collabs work when both brands gain status from it. And it's interesting. It's unique. It makes me want to try it. I think that this is kind of ballet coded because Nike Skims is doing a new rollout with Lisa from Blackpink and, the product that they have released with that. And it's all pink and it's in this kind of ballet form. I don't know what that means about flavor, but it's so interesting that I want to try it. And I want to have the unique experience that others can't. So I think it's a win, both sides. And if one can do this, why wouldn't you? I would never think about making an ice cream for my brand, but if I could, why not? Right? I think it's juicy, and I really like it. Okay, Bloom, another interesting creation here. Bloom's Valentine's Day drink, which Valentine's Day is not here yet. And we know now it is primarily for friends inside of the Gen Z generation. But Valentine's Day drink is #1 on TikTok Shop and #3 on Amazon. And their founder here has released a playbook for how they have done this. What I wanted to point out that I think is so interesting about this was not higgledy-piggledy. They didn't just roll out, hey, here's something for Valentine's Day. Let's roll it out the door. This is, I think, called Strawberry Rose, which is a kind of a reskinning of another flavor that they have. But they had this flavor locked away in the vault. They had done, I think, 1,000 different taste tests. And consistently, this one was top of the heap. And so they knew this flavor is a winner. And then they kept it back there. And then leading up to Valentine's Day, not only did they already roll out a flavor that they knew was a winner, but they soft launched it first. That way their current customers could get it, taste it, try it, etc., and make posts about it. Now what they are doing is they are juicing those posts and pushing it to everyone. And lo and behold, they're top of the heap on TikTok Shop and top 3 on Amazon. I love this. I thought this was so smart and a significant amount of pre-planning going into this. Obviously, they didn't just roll the dice and see how it went. What's your takeaway when you see all this, Colin?
I love this, and I also love the fact that if you shoot one back, you see the oh, never mind, Carson. But if you shoot one slide back, you can see that the can is extremely capturable and scroll stopping.
Totally.
And so this is meant exactly for this type of TikTok community where you can product seed out. And what a great demographic to product seed out to, people that are super pumped about Valentine's Day, about this flavor that you already have. This is just a huge win. This is a home run.
I don't know if they specifically product seeded this beforehand. I know that their customers got a hold of it, but The reason that I love this so much is if you've got true VIPs, committed customers who love everything that you do, and you can get them the thing, the newest thing, before it's even officially out or hard launched, man, they are going to create so much momentum for you on your behalf. Just out of, look, I got the newest thing. If you haven't seen this, you're going to love it. You got to try it. That, to me, just generating that early momentum, so helpful. I'd love to see more brands do this and just kind of get it out there in a little a hidden way at first before they kaboom, push it hardcore. And, obviously it's not even Valentine's Day yet, but this thing is crushing and meant for this moment. Super smart. Without just outsider looking in, when I look at Bloom, I don't think Valentine's Day. But they have found a way to create a unique moment for a specific holiday that's not even necessarily tied to their product. Super smart on the marketing playbook side. I love this.
Yeah. This also opens up for Facebook groups as well for that VIP community.
Exactly.
We talked with Bart at Dad Gang. He has a home run. You can do the same thing here. People need to be thinking about this a lot.
Yeah, it's a great point. Okay, before moving on to our last story, we should talk about PostScript. And, the same reason that Bloom was able to create such a winner is because they're focused on their community. The reason PostScript is able to juice your SMS revenue on an average 22% when people make the switch. Why can they do that? They obsess over SMS. It's all that they do. And I know a lot of you, most of you, right now, your partner that you're working with, they do about 5 or 6 different things all at one time. And that's nice, okay, you can do a lot of things all in one place. What it's not nice for is getting the best performance. When you obsess over something, you get outsized results. That's what PostScript did for me. Whenever we made the switch, we went from making very little money on SMS. One of the first things I did once I got inside of this brand, we moved over to PostScript, and within a year, we went from making very little money to being a top 1% account on the entire platform. Why? Because PostScript obsesses over what they do, and I just listen to what they said to do. They've got the data, so they know what you should be doing. If you go to postscript.io/SMS-benchmarks, what you are going to be able to see is my vertical, my revenue band, what's normal for SMS for my company, what should I be doing? And then you make the switch, and they're going to help you get there. Many thanks to our partners at PostScript. Go work with them. You will be happy that you did. All right, last story here of the day that I absolutely love is Chomps in real life sampling in one of the literal coolest places on earth. They have debuted a partnership with Icon. Icon is the skiing company, enabler. I don't know how to describe it, but they're selling the ski passes on all of the best places to ski in the United States, Colorado, California. Chomps is going to be sampling literally on the freaking mountain, okay, as people are skiing in Steamboat, in Mammoth, at all of these places, Winter Park, etc. I love this. And the reason that I love it is, when could there be a better time to try a product than when you are in an incredible place where you're making tons of memories and you happen to be incredibly hungry and you need a snack with protein that is right there and ready to go. Oh, I don't want to spend $40 on the sandwich. What can I get? Hey, how about one of these? How about one of these beef jerkies that happens to be incredible and tasty and good for you? I love this so much. And I can't imagine that this was cheap to pull off, but and probably cost a lot man-hours wise. You got to staff people, get them there, etc. But I love this because I think what it's going to yield is memories made, okay, along with the smell and the taste. And it's going to create an iconic moment where people fall in love with your brand, with Chomps, and then they want to take Chomps with them on the rest of their adventures. So my guess is that it's going to yield outsized results, even though there's going to be a lot of man hours, time, and money put into this. But I think if you can do it, what a win it's going to create with all of these skiing people. And if you're going skiing, you got a little extra mashugana to spend, okay? It is a marker of wealth inside our society. So I think this is incredibly smart for them. What do you think, Colin?
I love this. I would love for them also to pull a little bit of a twist here at the end and bring out the Meta Oakley glasses. I want Chomps. I want Chomps to give out a couple of these to somebody that's going to be going down the mountain. He's wearing the Meta Oakley glasses and he's going to meet his friends at the bottom of the mountain. And then at the very bottom of the mountain, he gives them all Chomps.
Yes.
You record that entire interaction. You have a really amazing piece of content. It's incredible. Ideally, the guy's really good at snowboarding or skiing. And you just have this incredible, before and after of, hey, I got the Chomps at the top of the mountain. I'm sharing it with all my friends at the bottom, and it's incredible and so fun. This is a great win. Either way, even if they don't do that, this is a huge win.
Consistent theme for you is the involvement of the Meta Oakley glasses. Do you have a pair?
I don't. Do you know why I want brands to do it?
Or why?
Because Meta will pay you for that content and then run that as ads for the Meta glasses.
Really?
And they're really early on. And so Meta is very hungry for content from brands that are willing to do some cool stuff. So if you are willing to actually get some Meta dollars for you, make some cool content.
We just you and I now. I think it's clear. we just need to get glasses and do cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm down. We just do the show in glasses.
Do the show with glasses. I don't know that that's going to be the coolest POV. Just
cool.
Like looking at my laptop. I'm not sure that's going to be it, but we can find something cool to do. I think this is a great point, and why not?
Yeah,
Red Bull style, guys chomping on the chomp.
You get it.
As he's going down the mountain, he gets there. All his friends are waiting for him, pulls it out of the pocket, passes them out. Everybody's having a great time. Epic music in the back. I love it. I love it. And a little millennial stomp and clap music. Why not? Just stir up a little nostalgia there. I'm with it. I think that's great. You should work in e-commerce.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. Smart. Well, many thanks to Sam and Steele from SpinGrip for joining us. Many thanks to everyone who rolled out all those dollars to entertain us on the Super Bowl yesterday. Didn't go well for the Pats, but it went well for the Seahawks. I know Dave Stickland at Pop Smith is happy about that. Maybe next year it'll be the Cowboys and the Ravens. Who knows? I don't even know if that's possible. Is that possible?
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be the Cowboys and the Ravens next year. Many thanks to Seguno and Postscript and AMP for being a part of the show. Couldn't make it happen without them. And the good news is there will be more news tomorrow. And we've got a very interesting guest for you. Our own Will Roman from Chisos is coming on the show to talk about retail, talk about booths, product development, all of the things. We will see you on the other side. Many thanks for joining us.